Here's Charlie Bevan.
What's up, Charlie?
Indeed it is. Good morning, boys. Sign up now with ESPN Bet. New Year's get $100 in bonus bets with any sports book bet. Good morning, gentlemen. How are we today?
Good. Where's Shea at the Celtics parade or something?
We'll get to Shea. I have a shot or no shot about him, but that's...
I just have... I have like a issue with people that are fans of... I like the Celtics. I like the Lions. I like the Chargers. I mean, you know what? You know me. I rant about soccer teams in Europe. I'm Chicago all the way. You live in Chicago, you be a fan here.
Okay.
Shea. I want to hear about the Celtics one more day on this show.
Okay. Well, he's not, but he's not from here, though.
Whatever. He lives here now. This is his home.
Okay, so you got to just
adopt your new team.
You just root for where you live?
Okay, you're not allowed to. Here's my rules. You're definitely not fine. You can root for where you grew up.
Okay.
You can't root for the Celtics and the Lions. You're not allowed to do that.
Okay. Well, what about?
He's a Patriots fan.
Yes.
Even better. He's also a Lions fan, isn't he?
No. Well, it depends.
I don't.
Depends.
Excuse me.
That's a fine.
Is it really Tigers?
Oh,
Need some water, Jess?
Is it really Tigers Celtics? Is that what it is?
Yes. Yes. Are you okay?
That's even worse.
Oh, for God.
Shea thought about getting on the bandwagon of the Lions.
But why would you pick the Tigers? That, to me, is how I know that it's maybe not necessarily just picking and choosing.
Sorry, I interrupted the segment. I don't like that.
I understand that. Do you have any cash today?
Yeah, I do.
Any cash? Okay.
I do.
That'll be $1 to Bernie's
For what,
Bookbank.
coffee?
Yeah, Bernie'sBookbank.org.
We got rules around here, man.
They're right in that cup right there. There you go. Thank you very much. Industry professional Jesse Rogers just coughing into the mic. I don't like coffee. Buddy. So you can't do that. All right. Don't worry. The cup will still be ready. I'm sure there'll be more fines for you later on today.
Oh, there definitely will be.
And by the way, what about Charlie? Charlie's from Oregon. Is it okay for him to root for?
I guess.
Okay.
Yeah, we're all about Scoot Henderson back here.
See?
It's not great.
But Jesse doesn't like that.
I have rules of fandom. I have
understand.
fandom rules.
I understand.
Sylvie and Cap, like, you do you. No, you do what I tell you.
Okay.
Jesse's like, you fan how I want you to fan.
That's right. I have rules.
Here's Charlie Bevins.
All right,
Charlie?
boys. We've been talking about it all morning, but the Bulls made their first big move of the offseason. Alex Caruso for Josh Giddey. It's an obvious step back, and it seems like this was not the most ideal offer that's been out there, but maybe possibly there's some glimmer of a silver lining. Shot or no shot, this at least means the Bulls are starting a rebuild.
Well, that's a shot. At least I would think so. You're just not going to stand still and just say, well, this is the cursory move that we're going to make. We're going to trade the heart and soul of the team, Alex Caruso, for Josh Giddey. It's got to be more than that, because Carter Chauvis said at the end of the season that he was not happy with the roster and that changes would be made. Well, I would think so. Since you've been in the job, you haven't made an actual move since August of 2021. Of course there should be a deal that should be made. You're the general manager, for God's sakes. You're just sitting there like the Maytag repairman, not doing anything, cobwebs on your ass, not doing anything?
Yeah, I'll play devil's advocate and say no shot. I need to see more before I believe it's a rebuild because of what we've talked about. If you start down that rebuild road, you're not going to sell out that United Center, and I'll believe it when I see it, that Jerry is willing, or Michael is willing to accept a bunch of young players that can't win, don't have a shot at the play-in. I need to see at least one more move where he goes young. So I'm going to say no shot.
The most exciting part of basketball is either the playoffs or the offseason, and then the regular season is the third.
Yeah,
I mean
that's a good
seriously.
point.
It's true.
That is actually a great point.
The drama that happens in the offseason. This is this is a nice little cursory move.
I mean, a podcaster just took over the Lakers head coaching job.
That's exactly what just happened.
I mean, he's really the assistant head coach, but good luck to JJ Redick.
I mean, it's going to be interesting. It's just one move, and it surprised people because people didn't think the Bulls would make a move in NBA circles, but it's happened. All right, Charlie.
All right, let's go. Actually, based off what Jesse just said, we will get a little deeper into JJ Redick a little bit later. But I am curious, shot or no shot, the Lakers right now are a bigger debacle than the Bulls.
Bigger debacle, no shot, not bigger, but as big. Here's one thing about the Lakers you got to know, Jesse. All that glitters is not gold.
Right. Sure.
It's a brand name. They're like the Cowboys, the Lakers. They're like a brand name. When you think Lakers, what do you think? You get all the stars in the front row and all the championships, the Magic Johnson, the Showtime Lakers, all that. But they are not run well. They are not run well. And this is a shot at Jeannie Buss. This is a shot at Rob Pelinka. because you're letting a 40-year-old control your whole operation. I mean, that's what's happening here. And that 40-year-old is going to be gone here in 2 years or less. So then what are the Lakers without LeBron?
Wait till they draft Bronny.
What are the Lakers with Bronny? Not much.
Yeah, I was going to say I was going to say no shot. They're not as big a debacle, but the fall will be huge. When it happens, when they're on the other side of LeBron and Anthony Davis, that fall is going to be huge. But they're not as big a debacle as the Bulls. Nobody is.
I understand our brothers over at ESPN Los Angeles, our brothers and sisters in ESPN LA, that the Lakers are the #1 topic, and they were all over it yesterday talking about it. But here's the thing. They're always excited about the Lakers. The next head coach, it's the greatest thing. The next acquisition is the greatest thing. It's not. J.J. Redick will be back doing TV in 2 years or less. He will.
Yeah, what'd they finish in the West? What seed were they? 6, 7? Right? Something like that? Yeah.
I believe they missed the playoffs. I could be wrong about that.
No, they made didn't they get knocked in the first round?
Lakers were 7th.
Yeah, 7th, yeah. Come on.
Well, either way, I mean, they signed JJ to a 4-year deal. LeBron's not going to be there in 4 years. Right. So you basically sign him to – there's no way LeBron didn't have
this is why
a
lot of the experts in the last 24 hours have been saying this isn't about J.J. Redick. This is about Pelinka and the roster. They're not going to be better than 7th unless he does something to that roster. So we'll see. But they're not as big a debacle as the Bulls.
I know it was a blink of an eye, Charlie, but they lost 4 out of 5 to the Nuggets.
Yeah.
Yeah, talking about the Lakers.
Yeah,
that AD Jokic thing usually goes in Jokic's favor, it seems.
Yeah.
All right, boys. Casey Johnson had a very newsy column yesterday in NBC Sports Chicago. This is even before the Giddey trade broke, and probably the biggest nugget there was the revelation that Zach LaVine has been floated in 15 different trade scenarios. Shot or no shot, Zach LaVine is as good as gone.
Shot. Yeah. I mean, it's amazing. I know, it's been at least a year, but like the moment they signed him, I feel like they've been trying to trade him. Since the moment they signed him, they realized this is not working. So yes, shot that he's as good as gone. If someone will take him, I mean, you got to get something for him, but it's mostly a salary dump. Shot.
That is a shot, Charlie. And the reason why it's a shot is because, look, nobody told the Bulls that you had to lock in Zach LaVine unless it was Bulls management. Because if you didn't sign Zach LaVine, that would have been closer to a rebuild, right? And so they didn't want to do it at the time. They wanted to go with the core of DeRozan and LaVine and Vucevic and then see what happens. And again, Jesse, it's very obvious. And this is the difference between your sport and the NBA. The NBA, you have to have some kind of core where you have to say, these 3 guys are going to be the difference maker for me to get to the championship. In baseball, we saw from the Arizona Diamondbacks, it wasn't random, but it was, here's our plan. We're going to have good enough pitching to get there and just have just enough hitting and be able to get it done. We're not going to have, fireworks in the sky and have a $1 trillion payroll to get there. The Diamondbacks were able to do it just with the stars that they had. In the NBA, it is about star power.
Absolutely, 100%. The last 4 bottom seeds of the National League have made the World Series. The last 4 full years. You can't get that in the NBA. Once in a while you get it, but not often enough. And certainly won't be the Bulls.
Charlie Bevan.
All right. Obviously, I'm here for Shea Norling, but the reason Shea is off today, Jesse, you were curious about this. It was so he could play the Elden Ring DLC all night. Elden Ring it's a video game, basically. Shot or no shot, Shea is too old to be taking off work for a video game.
If you are working at all, you're too old. Shot. I mean, that's the easiest shot of all. Wait a minute. Let's put. I got to take my first time out of the half. What is he doing?
He wanted to play Elden Ring all night.
What is Elden Ring? Sounds like Lord of the Rings or something.
It's a PC game.
And he used a vacation day to do that?
You got him, you use him, right?
Jay Hood, what am I going to do?
I mean,
is that the sign that you and I need to move on to the farm or something?
There's 2 Americas.
Oh, my God.
I mean, it's just like, I don't remember, you and I never took a day off back in our day to play Pac-Man at the arcade.
Oh,
did we?
God. No.
Did we do that?
I used to take a day off with Judd Surratt once a year. We'd take our bicycles, we'd ride along the lake, and we'd jump in and have a day of it.
Yes.
It's because we couldn't find dates, but at least we did something. We weren't inside with the little video games.
No,
Come on.
At least you jumped into something.
Yes.
At that time, yes.
I
We
will
did
say
that once a year. We would ride the lake and jump into it.
Elden Ring is a little bit easier to get lost in than Pac-Man for 8 hours of a day.
My point is that if that's the reason why he's off, I mean, God bless him. It's fine. He's off and I'm off today. But the point is, though, like for a video game, I don't know. J. Moore, were you aware of this until now? I did not know this.
No,
Holy smokes.
actually, Charlie told me earlier, and I was like, okay. I mean, it's his days. He do what he wants.
I know, but it's just like all night into the day with this.
When's the last time you played Pac-Man?
Oh, God. You know what? The holiday party. Don't you remember that?
A couple years ago?
A couple years ago, the holiday party across from Wrigley.
You want to know the last time
You were there.
You want to know the last time I played? 18 hours ago. So we moved recently.
were you?
Listen to this. We moved recently. No internet, no TV. You want to test your marriage? Go a week without the internet and without TV, which is what we've had troubles getting in our new place.
Yeah.
So for a week, we have not had internet or TV. But what we do have is an old school game console that has 60 games in it.
Yeah.
Galaga and all the old school games.
Yeah.
Galaga?
So, yeah.
Yes.
Is it not Galaga?
or
I call it
Galaga.
Galaga.
It's Galaga.
Galaga. So
I was like, what?
now we've had this for years, and the kids have played it. But yesterday, because we were so bored
Yes.
at home, no TV, no internet, my wife and I turned it on and we played Pac-Man. We played Pac-Man yesterday at home.
That's crazy.
But I didn't miss work the next day for it.
I did not know that was the reason.
We started at 5 in the afternoon. We ended at 5:15. We didn't play all night and missed work.
What's your favorite 80s video game? Light them up.
Galaga.
312-332-3776. Were you a Pac-Man person?
Asteroids.
Were you a Donkey Kong?
Tetris.
Were you a Frogger? Were you...
So this video game console has 60 every game you just mentioned,
Yeah.
it has it. It has it.
Were you a Pitfall person? A Dragon Quest, if you
What's the other
will?
one?
The big thing right now are video or arcade bars.
Yes.
Those are fun.
Classic.
I get lost in a game of Frogger at those.
Yeah, I have that. We have Frogger.
Frogger, yeah.
We have Asteroids, Tetris, Donkey Kong 2, Miss Pac-Man, Pac-Man Jr. It's 60 games in this one console.
Dig Dug.
Dig Dug is on there.
Love
Name
Dig
it.
Dug.
Yes.
You name it, it's on there.
I remember those are
Burger
huge
Time.
when I was a
Remember
kid.
Burger Time?
Yes.
Have that as well.
ESPN 1000. Hi. Hello. Hello.
Galaga.
Galaga.
I call it Galaga.
Are you kidding me?
What's your name?
Whoever in there, Mark.
Hey, Mark.
I'm just calling to bust your balls a little bit. Galaga.
Galaga,
Who in
Jesse.
their right mind has ever called that game Galaga?
I always do.
Getting lit up on Twitch, Jesse.
Oh, I'm just kidding around.
It's Galaga. Know what I mean? Can you squeeze in one more, Charlie?
Yeah, let's do one more. In previewing the MLB trade deadline, The Athletic wrote that Luis Robert comes with concerns for other MLB teams. I'm not sure if you've heard something similar, Jesse, but some of those concerns are his availability, and he just really hasn't gotten back to that 2020 form quite yet. They also wrote that Chris Getz is likely to overvalue Robert since he is the White Sox best player. Shot or no shot, reality does not match perception within the White Sox organization about Luis Robert.
No, I mean, no shot. No shot. He's just setting the bar as if he's healthy and talented and looking at the big picture for teams. You have him for more than half a season. No, Chris Getz knows what he's selling. But other teams are going to look at the availability factor. That's going to be the disconnect. We can't give you full value for him because he gets injured. So we're going to give you 75 cents on the dollar to give us a little protection if he gets hurt. But Getz understands that.
You expect him to be gone by the deadline, right?
This is such a difficult call because of what I'm saying here. There is going to be a disconnect in terms of the trade value. I don't know.
Put a
I really
percentage
don't know.
on it.
I'm going to say it's less
60?
than. I'm going to say less than 60. Less than 60. I'm going to say it's just under 50%.
The fly ball with him just dropping it yesterday just checked out. Come on, brother. You're better than that.
Yeah.
He's just checked out.
I'm going to say less than 50%.
What does the scout say? That was in the scout seats yesterday watching that fly ball. What is it? They got it written down.
Yeah,
She looks checked out on this team.
yeah, I guess. I mean, it's flukish. Not like it happens often to him. Suzuki's dropped a few of those.
Yes.
Availability is the tough part of this trade value for Elise Robert. And many times you're testing the waters now for an offseason trade, just like they did with Dylan Cease. They tested the waters a year ago and then made the deal. I don't think he's going to trade him in July, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, I mean, the Sox still need just a few more pieces, and they'll be right there in the mix because the starting rotation's intact. We're ready to go. All those kids they had out there now, those quality starts.
Jonathan Cannon, man.
Yeah.
Jonathan Cannon.
It's a guy. It's a dude.
Drew Thorpe, Jonathan Cannon, Garrett Crochet, Betty. Pencil him in October next year.
I know that's not
Remote from Detroit in the wild card round.
Could we trade Fetty and then sign him back in the offseason?
Fetty.
Yeah, I like the whole trade and then sign him back. People love that.
Oh, especially when you're grasping at straws and don't know who you're starting, your number one guy is.
The Yankees did it once, and now everybody thinks it's going to happen all the time.
It's the worst.
Cubs did it with Jason Hamill.
They did do it with Jason Allen. You're right about that. We go around the NFL. We'll hear from Darnell Mayberry, by the way, from The Athletic, and get his thoughts about the Bulls making this deal in which Josh Giddey comes to the Bulls and Alex Caruso to Oklahoma City. We'll talk to Darnell coming up at 8:35. But around the NFL's next, Jonathan Jesse on Kap